I'm in my zone, can't fail. Got my mindset on grade, like I am home, no doubt. Time to raise it too loud. I'm gonna light up the sky, gonna play it strong. 'Cause I've got that fire inside, lighting up my heart. No looking back, heaven knows. It's time to get up and go. Life passing by, can't go slow, no, no. We ride it once, then we're done. I'm gonna light up the sky, gonna play it strong. 'Cause I got that fire inside, lighting up my heart. Cause I've got that fire inside. I'm gonna light up the sky, gonna play it strong. 'Cause I got that fire inside, lighting up my heart. I'm gonna light up the sky, gonna play it strong. 'Cause I got that fire inside, lighting up my heart. I'm in my zone, can't fail. Got my mindset on grade, like I am home, no doubt. Time to raise it too loud. I'm gonna light up the sky, gonna play it strong. 'Cause I've got that fire inside, lighting up my heart. No looking back, heaven knows. It's time to get up and go. Life passing by, can't go slow, no, no. We ride it once, then we're done. I'm gonna light up the sky, gonna play it strong. 'Cause I got that fire inside, lighting up my heart. Yeah. 'cause I've got that fire.
Get back in the saddle and ride. Let nothing hold you back. Maybe you've been away from yoga for any kind of movement for a while, like I have. Oh my gosh, I've been away for 3 weeks. Fabulous trip, but to be honest with you, yoga, I didn't do it. I just didn't do it. I spent more time having fun. We did a cruise from Greece to Italy, and we got back last night, and I'm really tired, and I'm going to modify our practice quite a bit. But it was a fabulous trip, and you need to do that once in a while. And you know what? Just get back into the movement, get back into the routine of your yoga, and just do what you can with what you've got. You got to start somewhere, and today's the day, right now. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. That's the best part about it. You're doing it your way. Got to take some self-discipline to say, I'm going to do this. I know nobody's looking. There's no accountability. Leave a thumbs up. Let us know that you are there, because it's important. It's important to move. When you move, you improve your strength. You improve your balancing, and that's what we're focusing on today. This is a 1 hour long practice. If you stick around for 10 minutes, that's fine. If you modify it like crazy, like I'm going to do, that's fine too. But you just got to start somewhere, and here we are. All right, just your flexibility. So simple, right? And then you'll live your best life. And if you fall off the wagon, no big deal. All right, adjust it to your pace. Do it your way. No judgment here. Word to think about as you practice today is the word focus. And focus means a central point of your attention. Let you be the central point of your attention. Just enjoy how you're moving. You know, a little bit is better than nothing at all. Focus on you. Going to use some props. We always use props, and the props are today 1, 2 yoga blocks. You can be near a wall as we focus on our practice. You can be near a wall, or you can focus on where you are, high up there. All right, and a yoga strap. We're tired, I'm telling you, we're tired. And a yoga towel, you might want to have that, and an eye shade to cover your eyes, and some water. There you go. Let's do this thing. No matter what it looks like, it's good. Stay safe. Let it be effective and have some fun. As the bottom of our screen said earlier, don't hurt yourself. Do what you can with what you got. If anything hurts, back out of it. Don't do it. If it's uncomfortable, you know, maybe breathe through it. You can do it. Just focus on you. But if something is painful, it's not meant for you today. Maybe another day, the pain won't be there, so you can try it. But don't sweat it. All right, come on up to standing. As you come up to standing, we're going to do our little warm-up. And when we do our warm-up, we are going to lock in a stress number. Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. What are you feeling stress-wise? How do you feel in your body? Oh my gosh, I am so stiff. We ate way too much. We drank way too much. We danced until 2 a.m. That's not normal for me. So now I'm getting back into real life, which I crave, which I miss. All right, strike a pose of confidence. All right, feet are spread a little wider than hip width distance. Hands on your hips. Send your elbows back. Lift your chest up high. Breathe. Nobody's perfect, right? But strike this pose of confidence. Confidence and resilience. Yes, you are strong. You can come back to things. You can be what you want to be. You just got to try. So in this confidence pose, lift up onto the balls of your feet. Lifting your heel up and bringing it down. Letting your toes come up and wiggle a little bit. And just find your balance. Play with it. Play with it. Why not? Big breath in through the nose. Big breaths out through your mouth. Sigh it out. Let it go. You're confident. Finding your balance is really important, and it gives you great confidence. So come to where you feel good. You know, maybe come up nice and high. Maybe hold on to a chair or your countertop and stay up high on the balls of your feet. Can you do it? Try it. And then come on down and lift your toes up and give them a wiggle. Breathe in and out. Awaken the calves, the ankles. Let this feel good. Breathe. Chest is lifted and strong. Shoulders are back and down. Let's plant our feet now. Lift your arms up to the sky. Tadasana, extended mountain pose. Interlace your fingers. Send your palms up to the sky. Lift out of your waist and start to sway gently from side to side. Here's your palm tree pose. Sway gently in the breeze. Move. Lateral flexion of your spine. Sideways movement. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, come back to the center. Take your hands, place them on your low back, push your belly forward, squeeze your elbows toward each other. Look forward, and then try to look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Then try to look overhead. Gentle little back bend. You're stable here because you're holding onto your hips. Maybe you got a chair or a counter there as well, and you're holding onto it. It's all good. Chest is lifted. Breathe in. Chest goes up. Exhale. Let it go. You can do it. And then exhale. Hinge forward. Hinge forward. Let your arms hang toward the earth. A little bend in your knees might feel really good. Look back to your knees or up towards your belly button. Inhale, exhale. Decompress your spine. Your toes, give them a lift, give them a wiggle. Maybe close your eyes, challenge your balance. Think of your tailbone going up to the sky. Hands can touch the ground or not. Nobody's judging you, let it go. Even give your hips a wiggle. When you're ready, sweep your arms up to the side of the room. Lift on up, take a big breath in. And a big breath out, arm circles. Tee out your arms and draw circles to the sides of the room. Then you can do big circles, little circles, or no circles at all. Maybe you give yourself a big hug. That's a fine option. Awaken the shoulders. Soften in the shoulders. Send your shoulders to the sides of the room if you're doing the big hug. As you're doing this, maybe bend the knees and straighten the knees. Bend and straighten. When the hands come down, maybe the knees bend, fingertips go up. Maybe the knees straighten. Take your arm circles in the other direction. Or hug with the opposite arm on top. Squeeze. Feel good. Let the movement feel good. Breathe. All right, let's go into our big coat swing. Come on back up to standing. Shoulders back and down. Start to sway from side to side. Breathe. Twist. Look over your shoulder. Maybe close your eyes and challenge your balance. Breathe in, breathe out. Detox. Drink lots of water when you do your yoga. Breathe. All right, let's finish up with this big coat swing. Let's go back to our extended mountain pose. We'll do this often today as we go into our sun salutations. Lift through your fingers, rise out of the sides of your waist. Breathe, extended mountain, root firmly into the earth. Look forward, be strong, balance here. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer center and fold forward. Let's do ragdoll pose. Fold forward, been here before, a little bend in your knees. Fingers reach toward the earth, gaze back toward your knees or your belly button. Take your hands to opposite elbow creases. Toe heel your feet, hip distance apart. Look back to your knees or up towards your belly button. Let your head be heavy and start to sway from side to side. Breathe. Loosen up your low back. Breathe. Let's feel great. Too much sitting. Oh, airplane. Oh, way too much sitting. That flight from Greece is long, let me tell you. Breathe. As you go through your day, maybe do your ragdoll pose here and there, and every now and then. Live your life. Enjoy your life. And live your yoga off of your mat by doing a pose like ragdoll every so often. Come back to the midline of your body, bend your knees, fingers come down. Let's go into a child's pose. You know there are options to this. Knees can be together, big toes touching, hips back to your heels. Use a block or two if you like. Maybe under your foot. Arms can be down by your sides. Maybe you like this pose. This is your classic child's pose. Maybe try it without the block. You spread your knees wide. Send the block to the top of your mat. Reach your arms to the top of your mat and still sink your heels back. Knees spread wide. Wide-legged child's pose. Maybe with that block at the top of your mat, you put your hands on it. Get back into those shoulders. How is that? You don't have to do it. If you like having your arms down, that's fine too. If you want to have a little bit of a bend in your elbows, that's fine too. What you're going for here is a lengthening of the spine. Lengthen through your back, forehead on your back. Lengthen through your spine. On your body. Knees, deep bend. Nice stretch in the quads, nice stretch in your ankles. Shoulders are getting that nice stretch too if you're in the extended child's pose. Breathe in, Breathe out. And that's it. Come back to this pose anytime you like. Perhaps you'd like to close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose throughout the practice, taking one breath with one movement and just syncing the breath to the movement here. Breathe in. And as you exhale, big exhale, send your tailbone more to the back of your mat. Lips can be closed. Lips inward and listen to the sound of your breath in the back of your throat. Let's come out of this pose. Let's bring our hands down to the mat. Bring your knees back underneath your hips. Tuck your toes towards your shins, just the opposite of the way they were. Send your hips high to the sky for a downward facing dog. All right, let's set this up. Feet are hip width distance apart. You're looking at them. Let your heels be slightly elevated, 3 or 4 inches off of your mat. Now look to your hands. They are shoulder width distance apart. Fingers spread wide. Push into your mat. Pedal your feet softly, one toward the earth and the other. Your gaze should be back toward your knees or toward your belly button, and let your neck hang loose. Shake your head. Let it be tailbone higher to the sky. Decompress your spine in your downward facing dog. Let's still our feet. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands, or walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up to the side of the room. Come back to your extended mountain pose. Take a big breath in. Big breath out, soften. Inhale, lengthen up through your fingertips. Exhale, as you're ready, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins, squeeze your shoulders back. Back is nice and flat like a tabletop. Lengthen through the crown of your head and your tailbone. When you're ready, let's do our first Chaturanga Dandasana. Plant your hands on your mat or step up to your wall. Step up to the wall, hands into the wall, and a little bit more. Let's do a high lunge forward, shoulders over your wrists. Lengthen up here, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Bring your elbows down. Maybe you bring down your knees and your belly. That feels good. When you're ready, come on up to an upward facing dog by straightening your elbows. Soften in your glutes. Send your hips wide to the sides of the room. There's your upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. We did this a minute ago. Remember? Tuck your toes under. Send your hips high, downward facing dog. Breathe. I'll show you another variation of that too, to be kind and gentle to you. Still your feet. Walk your hands. Your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain, lengthen through your waist. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands against your wall. Maybe you're doing it standing. You're doing it like, 90-degree difference to what I'm doing it. Maybe back, hinge forward, high plank, low plank. Hug the elbows in. Upward facing dog, tops of your feet on your mat. Now what you could do is be down on your knees and spread your knees wide. Send your hips back to your heels and stretch it out here in a wide-legged child's pose. It's all good. What do you need today? Listen to your body. After you've done that, knees under the hips, toes tuck under, downward facing dog. Let's do it one more time. Shake it up. Any of those variations is good, or maybe you found something else you like. Pedal it out a little bit in your heels. Move your hips a little bit. Stillness. Feet walk up to meet the hands, or hands walk back to meet the feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Lengthen a little more out of your fingers. Exhale, prayer center. Fold forward, hollow out your belly. Inhale, halfway lift. Crown of the head and tailbone go in opposite directions. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. And let's do Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe you go high plank. Maybe you on your knee. Bend your elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Gaze forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adjust your feet. Hips go high. Maybe knees are spread wide and you come into a wide-legged child's pose. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Knees under your hips. Tuck your toes. Tailbone high. Down dog. Pedal it out. Shake your neck. Loosen it up. No stress here. Press into your hands. Finish. Walk your feet to meet your hands, or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Let's go into our sun bee pose. Exhale, hands through prayer center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen. through your spine. Exhale, plant your hands. It's going to get different in just a second. Step your feet back. Remember Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank or your modification, maybe on your knees, to a low plank. Bend your elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Knees can be down or lifted. Gaze forward. Exhale, feet come back to a natural position. Hips go high, down dog. Pedal it out. Here's where it gets different. Lift your right leg high to the sky. Woo, hold it there. Kick it out, straighten it out, move it around. When you exhale, bring the foot forward. Sweep it and put it between your two front hands, as opposed to your two back hands, right? Come on up to standing. All right, plant your feet. Feet are solid on the ground. Right toes point to the top of the mat. Put a bend in your right knee so your knee is over your ankle. Left foot is solidly planted too. Lengthen on up. Come on up. Shoulders over your hips. Arms tee out. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Betty. Hi, Stan. Hi, Liz. Hi, Karen. Hi, Rena. Hi, Marietta. Sink on down here. Breathe. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. Could have a chair nearby. It's all good. Look to the right. Look over. Gaze over your right middle finger. Exhale. Reach. 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 Then tick-tock your arms 6 and 12. Maybe your bottom arm is bent and it's resting on that thigh. Maybe the arm is straight with fingers reaching toward the earth. Left arm goes up. Try to turn and twist and look up in your warrior two. Inhale. Rise on up. Take it with the arms just the opposite. Right arm goes high. Left arm goes down. Breathe, gaze up. That's your reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Plant your hands, right foot meets left, maybe high plank to low plank. You call the shots here. Upward facing dog, down dog, hips high. Other side. So pedal it out for a moment here. Let it feel good in the backs of your legs. Breathe. Head is loose. Left leg's turn. Kick your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. Rise on up. Warrior two here. Feet are planted. Sink on down. Left knee over left ankle. Arms tee out. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Big inhale. Look to the left. Reach to the left. Tick-tock to the left. Arms reach. Maybe the bottom arm is bent. Maybe that feels better for you. You decide. Look up to the right hand. Reverse warrior. Right arm down. Left arm up. Look up. Breathe. Exhale. Cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana or your variation. Remember, you can go high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, maybe on your knees, downward facing dog. Maybe take it with your knees spread and come back to your wide-legged child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's meet back in a down dog. Hips are high. Pedal your feet, walk your feet to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, look back to your knees. Inhale, arms sweep up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Bend in your knees, fingers reach. Bend in your knees some more, fingers reach some more. Maybe you want to put your hands on opposite shoulders, that's fine. Sink your bottom back, weight into your heels. Lengthen, settle in. Lengthen, settle in. When you're ready, hands to prayer center, straighten the knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank to low plank, your variation. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg kicks up. Exhale, belly hollows out, and the foot comes in between the two front hands. Rise up, warrior two. Maybe you're sitting in a chair, totally good. Bend into your right knee, knee over ankle, arms tee out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, settle in, look right, reach right. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Arm goes up. Inhale, reverse warrior, right arm lifts. Cartwheel your arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Surround the right front foot. Foot goes back to meet the left foot. Press into the earth. When you're ready, Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank, maybe on your knees. Low plank, Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Rise on up. Back foot parallel to the back mat. Right foot toes pointing forward. Settle on in. Arms tee out. Shoulders back and down. Gaze forward. Squeeze that mat together with your strong feet. Look to the left. Reach to the left. Tick-tock your arms 6 and 12. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low. Then your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Left foot meets right. High plank to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet and let it be. When you're ready, still your heels. Stretch them real good toward the earth. Shake your neck, nice and loose. Press into your hands. Now bend your knees, hover your knees above the mat. Bear plank, shoulders hover over your wrists. Push the earth away, and then come on down to your knees. All right, I'm gonna grab a drink of water. Then we're gonna go into our usual core sequence. How did you do? Really hard for me today, but it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better, and I'm just gonna keep at it, and that's the ticket. All right, and that's the ticket for you too. Get back in the saddle and ride. All right, so here we go. Core poses. Come on down to your bottom. We're gonna do our usual 3 little core poses. We're gonna do boat too, and maybe in your boat pose you like to use your strap. It's up to you. I'm gonna do Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups first. Knees are bent, soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. I'm sitting up nice and straight. Hands to prayer center, lengthen up. Exhale, soften up. Then come to recline. Now you come to recline however feels right for you. Take it nice and slowly. Or maybe you're not taking it so slowly. You know, you could put your hands down on your mat and come to recline. You decide how you want it to be. Try to avoid the clunk. Draw your heels maybe up closer to your groin. Fingertips lightly at your temples. Elbows open wide. Breathe here, breathe in, breathe out. Maybe you want to breathe in and out of your mouth a little bit to let some of the heat go. You decide. Now for our sit-ups, we're going to peel our shoulders up. We're going to lift and hold it here. Little teeny pulses, up, up, up. Breathe. You can bring the shoulders down, rest for a second. And as you inhale, peel them on back up. You modify to make this your yoga. That's what counts. You know what your body needs. You know how you need to move. I just present different options, different poses to try. You do what's right for you. I'm going to lift my shoulders up, elbows back, and pulse just a little bit more. And I'm going to finish. Come on down, shoulders down. The ways to take it. Bring your knees together at the midline of your body. Now, you can keep your feet planted. Maybe you like that. Fingers are still at your temples. Peel your shoulders on up, and then work elbow toward opposite knee. How does that feel? You could also bring your shoulders on down. Bring your knees over your hips, shins parallel to the earth. Draw your toes up towards your shins, and ride a bike through your heels. Drive through the heels. One heel, one leg straightens, the other leg bends. You can ride this recumbent bicycle here. You can put your fingers back at your temples if you like, elbows down. Then put it all together, peeling the shoulders up, elbow toward opposite knee, ride bike here. If you want, you can also straighten legs and give them a scissor kick. So nice straight legs, one heel down, other leg. Then we'll finish. Bring your feet back on down to the earth. Let's do boat pose. All right, you know, osteoporosis, osteopenia. If you need to take care of your bones a little bit more, you don't want to rock on your spine. If it's okay with your doctor, you can rock on your spine. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Take your hands, place them lightly behind your knees, elbows hugged in. Maybe rock and roll a couple of times, finding that spinal mobility. Let it feel good. Using the earth to feel good. Breathe. Think of when you were a kid, effortlessly did a somersault, right? Didn't even think twice about it. Let's Finish, come up to seated. Lean on back as if you were in a recliner. Hug your elbows in towards your waist. Lift one foot up or the other or both. Sit back, shoulders back and down. Chest lifted, breathe. Hands, remove your hands. Reaching for the front of the room. Straighten your legs, breathe. Maybe arms come up. Maybe your hands are down here. It's all good. Maybe you got that strap under your feet. I'll show you how to do that tomorrow. But you just modify. Make it work for you. Keep coming back. Do your yoga every day. And then bend your feet. Come on up. Have a seat. Knees to big breath in. All right, we've done our 3 little core poses that we normally do, our Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups, our bicycle pose, various ways, and our boat pose, various ways. Cross with the ankles, put your hands on your mat, and let's come into a down dog. You know this one. Press into your hands, feet hip-width distance apart. Pedal your heels. Woo. Move your hips, let it go. Still your feet. Walk your feet a little closer to your body. Walk them so close, you can bring your heels down comfortably. Then walk your hands back to meet your feet. Let's do gorilla pose. All right, gorilla pose. Kind of helps to not have rings on because you're going to be standing on your hands. Lift your toes up. Take your palms. Place your palms underneath your feet from the front. So the tops of your toes are touching your wrist. So put your weight into your hands. Put a bend in your knees. Draw your knees a little more to the side of the room. Let the crown of your head hang toward the earth. Pull. Pull your elbows toward the side of the room. Let your gaze go between your legs. Breathe. When you're ready, finish. Remove your hands from underneath your feet. Wiggle your hands, your wrists, shake them out. And then roll your spine up one vertebra at a time. Come on up to your extended mountain pose. When you're ready, take a big step forward with your right foot. Now, your left heel is lifted. Bring your hands to prayer center or hold on to that chair. We're going to do a lunge. All right, hands are at prayer center. Back heel lifted. Bend into both your knees. Take it slowly. Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Try to work the right thigh more parallel to the earth. Hold it here. Breathe. Now take your arms up to the sky. Here's what you could do. You come down to that back knee, totally fine. You can stay right here on the back knee. Lift your arms up to the sky. Take a baby back bend. Then bring your hands to prayer center. Let's do a twist. Bring the left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Stack your hands and stack your elbows. So you're looking at your right now. And look toward your hands, which are stacked like a pancake. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Don't forget that part. Exhale, twist, and look up towards your elbow or over your right shoulder. All right, let's finish. To prayer center. Put the top of the left foot on your mat. Your block, have it inside your right foot. Wiggle your right toes to the top right corner of your mat. Send your left leg nice and long on your mat. Top of the left foot on the mat. Feel it in your hip flexors. Right toes wiggle to the top of the mat. Push into your block or push into your earth. Maybe open up the right knee more to the side of the room. Maybe slip down to your forearms on the block. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe you bring your forearms all the way down to the earth. All right, let's come out of it. Press into your hands, elbows straight. Send your right leg back to meet your left. Let's do a side plank. Left arm is your foundation. Wrist goes right under the shoulder to keep it nice and stable. You can stay on your bottom left knee and extend your right leg long. Right arm lifts to the sky, and maybe your right leg lifts too. Another option would be to send both legs long. You can kind of tripod them and look up. Maybe glue the elbows or glue the ankles together and lift. Look up and then finish. Oh my goodness, come back to a downward facing dog. Pedal it down, breathe. We got another side to do. Left leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Rise on up, doing the same thing, other side. Rise on up, back heel lifted. Foot solidly planted. Bend into your knees. Take it nice and slow. Don't rush it. Maybe you come all the way down to that back knee. Arms lift. Breathe. Exhale, hands to first center. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Elbow stacked. Lengthen and twist. Lengthen and twist. Lengthen and twist. Whew. Hands back to first center. Hands inside the left foot. Right foot comes down. Right top of the right foot goes on the mat. Left toes wiggle and jiggle to the top left corner of the mat. Take your nice deep runner's lunge here. Block, hands can be on it, and you can stay right here. Open up the left knee to the side of the room if you want. Bring your forearms down to your block if you want, or down to a half block. Or your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain pose. How are you doing? I'm going to grab a drink of water. And let's get ready to do some balancing. All right. So that's that for balancing. We're going to start with tree pose. Then we're going to take it to toppling tree. You can have your chair, your countertop nearby. I'm going to root into my right foot and lift my left leg up. I'm going to open it to the side of the room and put the sole of the left foot inside the standing right leg. You can put the heel onto the ankle and then balance on the toes a little bit, or bring it up higher or higher still. Foot press into the leg. Leg press back into the foot, hands to first center, or hold on to that chair for balance. It's a-okay. Breathe. Drive the bent knee, the left knee, a little more to the back of the room. Maybe grow your branches and sway them back and forth. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, and breathe. Hands back to first center. Guide the left knee to the front of the room. Take a big step out with your left foot. Step it out. Hinge forward. Let your back leg lift. And take your top tree. Interlace your fingers behind your low back. Send your interlaced fingers up the back wall. Send your back leg up the back wall too. Hinge forward. Look at your ankle, your knees, whatever. And that's your toppling tree. Foot meets foot on the mat. Hands to first center. Let's do another side. Arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Root into your left foot. Take the weight out of the right. Open it up to the side, however you like. Chair is a good training partner. Breathe. Maybe keep your hands at first center. You decide. Maybe bring the right foot higher up into the thigh. Bring your shoulders back over your hips. Push the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Grow your branches if you want. Or don't. Hold on to that chair. Breathe. Or keep them at prayer center. Breathe. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the right knee to the front of the room. Take a big step out with that foot. Toppling tree. Hinge forward. Weight into the front foot. Lift out of the back. Just a little bit. It's all good. Challenge your balance even more. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Send your interlaced fingers up the back wall as you hinge forward. Foot comes up the back wall. Look at your toes. Send high. Send your hands higher. And then finish. Foot meets foot on your mat. Hands to prayer center. You did it. All right. Eagle armed airplane. You can be seated in your chair doing this. You can take just the upper body and do it, or just the lower body and do it, or put it all together and have some fun. All right. Bend your knees. Sit back in like a chair pose. Arms reach. If you don't like the arms reaching, what you could do is hands to opposite shoulders, hands to first center, or give yourself that big hug. Remember that? Sink a little bit lower. Reach your fingers forward. All right. Now, We're going to do the legs first. Here's the deal. Remember this pose too. We're going to build on this. Lift your right leg up, and you can make a figure 4 here. So the outside of the right ankle is resting on top of the left thigh, which is bent. You can stay right here in a figure 4. You can take right foot, slip it around behind your left calf. There you go. So your legs are twisted like a pretzel. That's fine. Now you can take your hands. Remember, like we said, hands to opposite shoulders if you want, or big hug. I'm going to sweep my right arm under my left, palms together to touch. Squeeze the elbows down, look over the fingers. Doing the top of the body is fine. Doing the bottom of the body is fine. You do what's right for you. Elbows squeeze down. Nice tight squeeze of all your major joints. Let it be. Plant the right foot on your mat. Arms sweep up. Kind of uncurl. Let it go. Reach through your fingers, extended mountain. Let's do it again. Other side, chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend your knees, put your arms wherever speaks best to you. You know, how do you want today? Maybe arms reach. Maybe you take the left leg now, bring it up, and create that figure 4. Remember this, because when we come to doing our hips with our half pigeon, you might want to do this reclined as well. So sink low, arms however you like. I'm going to sweep my left arm under my right, palms touch, elbows go down, look over the fingers, shoulders back, over the hips a little bit more, sink low, squeeze. I'm going to take the top of my left foot, bring it behind my calf. You don't have to do it. You do what speaks to you today. You fall out, no big deal, get back in. Do it your way. And then let's finish foot meets foot. Arms go up, extended mountain. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. All right, dancer pose. Let's take it in layers. Let's take it kind and gentle to ourselves. All right, here's how we're gonna start. Stand up nice and tall and straight. Right, you always wanna stand up tall and straight. Bend your right knee, bend your right knee. Draw your knee to about hip height. Interlace your fingers underneath the knee. Hug it in. Maybe circle this right ankle a few times, this way and that. Maybe walk your hands down the right leg. I'm going to go down. I'm going to reach behind me, and I'm going to capture the inside of my right ankle with my foot, or with my hands. Lengthen up here. Left arm reaches high. Left arm reaches forward. Kick into your back hand. Kick your back foot into your back hand and hinge forward, reach. Here's your dancer. Fine job. Left arm goes up, right foot comes down. Both arms go up, root into your right foot. Bend your left leg, hug interlaced fingers underneath the knee. Maybe this is where you stay. Circle the ankle this way and that. Maybe take your left hand and reach the fingers back and capture the inside of your left ankle. Lengthen up, knees together. Right arm lifts. Maybe you hold it right here. Exhale, hinge forward, reach forward and kick back. Find your focus. Ooh, you really have to focus, don't you? Kick harder into your back hand. And then let's finish. Foot meets foot. Arms go up, lengthen up. Big breath in. Big breath out, hands to prayer center. Deep breath in and deep breath out. All right, 5-pointed star. All right, here's what we want to do. Send your legs wide, nice and wide on your mat. Tee out your arms, hinge forward. Hinge forward, Paschimottanasana, Hastasana. Arms, you know, keep shoulder height here. Reach your fingers to the back of the room. Gaze is between your legs. Take your hands, capture your calves, hug your elbows in. Play mat, kind of the calves. You decide. Slowly rise on up, come back up so your shoulders are over your hips. Let's do horse pose. Bring your heels in a little bit, hands to prayer center, lengthen up, and then soften up in your shoulders. Come on up to the balls of your feet. Drive the outsides of your knees to the back of your room. Sink low here, shoulders back over your hips. Hold it right here, and then heel touchdowns. Let one heel touch down and the other. Maybe come up high onto the balls of your feet and then sink even lower through the midline of your body. Sink low, shoulders over hips, and then try the pedaling of the heels. Again, you could hold onto your countertop or a chair. It's all good. Now, when you're ready, let's finish up. Come on up high onto the balls of your feet and hold it here and pulse it down just a little bit. I promise you we're finishing up. Kind of a bar move, really. If you like barre and Pilates, join us on Friday. We combine our yoga with barre and Pilates and hand weights just to make you as strong as you can be and to improve your balance. It all works together, right? Everything works together for that which is good. All right, plant your feet. Legs are straight, 5-pointed star. Wiggle your hips. You got it. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands to prayer center. Foot meets other foot. And when you're ready, fold forward. All right, walk your hands forward. Now, you can come into a downward facing dog. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into a half pigeon pose. You can take it on your back, or you can do the classic variation. I'll show you both. So, from your downward facing dog, if you're going to do the classic, lift your right leg high. Exhale, right knee, right wrist. Left leg goes long and straight on your mat, top of your left foot on your mat. Draw your right shin more parallel to the top of your mat. Sink on down your forearms. You can slip a block under your right glute to keep your hips equal distant to your mat. Rest here. Take this nice stretch in your hips. Remember how I said when we did that eagle pose? You could do it this way too. Come down onto your back. Bend your leg forward here, outside of the right ankle, on top of the left thigh. Just push the inner right thigh open. Play with your left leg. Do you want to draw it up or just see what feels good for you? In your half pigeon pose, you get your way. We're going to do it a lot longer and hold it longer in our Thursday restorative class. But today, now we're going to press out of it. So straighten your arms, tuck your back left toes under, send your right foot up to the sky and shake it out. Think here. We're going to switch sides. So switch sides. The reclined pigeon on your back. I'm going to plant both feet, pedal it out. Left leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep through, left knee, left wrist. Right leg long, top of the right foot on the mat. Left shin a little more parallel to the top of the mat. Slip the block onto the left glutes. Maybe come down to the forearms. Maybe bring the head down to the hands or all the way to the mat. Breathe in, soften the shoulders. All you can go. Either variation is good for your hips. You've got to do what works for you. I know some of you say your knees don't feel good in this position, and so you take it on your back. Totally fine. You can always fold your mat over or put a towel under your mat as well. Lots of little options. Make it work for you. If you're ready, press into your hands. Let them out of this pose. Send your right toes, tuck them under. Left leg high to the sky. Shake it out. Let it be, and we'll come back to a downward facing dog. If you took the variation on your back, just roll on over, and we're going to go into a cobra pose. From your down dog, we're going to hinge the weight forward, shoulders over wrists, come on down to your belly. Hands under your shoulders, legs hip, cobra tail. Again, nose, forehead on your mat. In Bhujangasana, lift the shoulders a bit. Push the tops of your feet in your mat. That's really hard to do. Try to keep your feet down. Maybe lift it up in your head. Find elbows toward your back feet. Come on down. Arms down by your sides. Turn your head so your left cheek is on your back. Shoulders to side. Go down your work. And then arms down, turn your head. on up to a seal pose. Soften in your glutes. Breathe. Come on up to standing on your knees. You can bring a block between your knees at a nice high height between your knees, or between your ankles. Hands to your low back. Squeeze your elbows back towards your spine and lift your chest to the sky. Push your hips forward. Stay right here. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe take it higher, looking up to where the raindrop were to fall or hit you right between the eyes. Or maybe you reach for your heels or your block. Look up to the sky or back to where the wall meets the back of your room. Bring your hands back to your low back. Remove your block and have a seat in a thunderbolt pose back on your heels. Hands to prayer center. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let it go, let it go, let it go. All right, open your eyes. Maybe a drink of water is in order. Legs go long on your mat. Toes up toward the sky. A seated forward fold. Arms lift. Reach parallel arms forward. Reach, reach. Focus on what you're feeling in your low back. Let this feel great. Breathe. Maybe reach for your feet, your ankles, your calves. Elbows hugged in. Take a restorative forward fold. Hinge forward. Bring in your nose towards your knees. Inhale. Shoulders come up over your hips. Legs go wide on your mat. Bring your blocks in between your legs. Legs open wide. Lengthen up through your spine. And hinge forward in a wide-legged forward fold. How does this feel? Blocks can be stacked however you like. Just find a comfortable resting pose here. Shoulders are soft, legs spread wide. Maybe you work the height of your blocks down a little bit, or a lot, or not at all. Let's finish. Shoulders over your hips. Time for bridge pose. For your bridge pose, here's what you do. Take your eye shade or your little towel and bring it up near your shoulders. Bring it up near your shoulders and let's do bridge. So bend your knees. Soles of your feet are on your mat. Hands at prayer center. All the way down. Down, 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 down. Once you're down, arms down by your sides. Hike your heels up closer to your bottom. Let's press into our feet. Bridge pose. Hips go high. Push into your feet. Maybe take your hands, press them down by your sides into your mat, or interlace your fingers, pressing your pinkies into the mat, and lift here. Lift, breathe. Arms come down. Roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. Left leg, send it long on your mat. Toes towards your shin, heel planted. Bend your right knee, hug your right knee in with interlaced fingers underneath your knee. You did this earlier in a standing pose before we went into dancer. So roll your ankle this way and that. Hug it in, let it feel. Let's take our supine twist. Left hand will guide this right knee across the midline of your body. Roll onto your left hip. Keep your right shoulder down. And then tee out your right arm. That helps keep the shoulder down. And look to the right. So you're rolling onto your left hip. Nice big twist here. Aren't you glad we warmed up with a little twist? Such a good pose for digestion, elimination. Just a good twist. When you're ready, right hip comes down. Hug your right knee in. Circle the ankle this way and that. Now let the right foot go long on the mat. Heel on the mat. Toes drawn to the shin. Left heel drags on up as you bend that knee. Interlaced fingers go underneath the knee. And if you can't reach them, that's okay. Bend the knee as much as you can. And maybe use the towel or the strap to hug it in some more. And staying here, circling the ankle is great. You don't have to do the twist. We'll get there. You just got to try. Every day, focus on what you can do, not what you can't. All right, so you circle your ankle a little bit. Right hand guides the left knee across the midline of the body. Roll onto your right hip this time. Tee out your left arm. And when you're ready, maybe look to the left, to that extended arm side. Nice big twist. And then when you're ready, let's finish this one up. Bring your left hip back on down. Interlaced fingers, hug the left knee in. Remember how we circled it out? Circle it out again. This way and that. Let it feel good. Now send both legs long on your mat. Come into a brief pentacle pose. Arms overhead. And you want to come into like a big capital letter X shape. So you're sending each limb to the four corners of the room. You look like a big letter X. Breathe in. Breathe out, using the ground, gravity to work with you on this. I know some of you have said it doesn't feel so good in your shoulders. Then bend your elbows a little bit, or think like a snow angel. Bring your hands down a little bit. Do what works. And then let's do happy baby now. Bring your legs back to the midline of your body. When you're ready, bend your left knee and take your left hand underneath your left knee and draw that left knee towards your left armpit. Do the same thing on the right side. Right hand, right knee, right armpit. Rock a little bit from side to side for a nice low back massage. How does that feel? Now really try to take it kind of far to one side. Then really kind of sort of take it far to the other side. Nobody's around you. I know sometimes in a class when people are packed into a room, you don't want to do this because you don't want to roll onto somebody else, but you're home. You're doing it alone. Focus on this feels on your low back. Let it feel wonderful. And then when you're ready, come back to the midline of your body. Work your hands down so they're inside your calves, or maybe you take your hands and you capture inside your heels. Draw your toes up towards your shins, and then straighten one leg, rebend it, and straighten the other. Straighten one and bend the other. And maybe your hands aren't touching your heels. Just reach for your calves. Straighten one leg, then the other. Maybe you need to have your arms down by your sides for better balance. That's fine. But just, little incremental changes each day. Each day. Little incremental changes to make progress. Breathe. As you're ready, let's finish up. Send both heels up to the sky. Pinky toes open up to the sides of your mat. Rock a little bit here. And then finish. Remove your hands. Bring your knees back to the midline of your body. Bend your knees. Put your feet back on your mat. Skin to those hip flexors one more time. Arms down by your sides. Shoulders are soft and plugged into the mat. Push your hips up to the sky by pressing the weight into your feet. How about interlacing your fingers behind your low back? How's that for trying? Press your pinkies into your mat. Maybe you like that. And, if you don't like it, arms down by your sides. Maybe move your hands a little closer, just to know that they can touch. You decide. Arms down by your sides. Roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. Let it go. Remember pentacle pose? Same thing. Legs go long, arms go high overhead, and adjust snow angel, however feels good in your shoulders. Big capital letter X here. X for excellent. How's that? Breathe in. Breathe out. Now it's time for your final Shavasana pose. You can do an easy transition here by bringing your arms down by your sides and your legs together, but not so much together. Have them so the heels are at the edges of your mat. Arms a little bit away from your body, palms up toward the sky. Breathe here. Let everything go. Now, I'm going to finish in a fish-like pose for my final Shavasana. I'm going to bring my blocks to a stable height. I'm going to bring one block so it's between my shoulders, the other block a pillow for my head. I'm going to come to recline here, and you don't want this first block too low. You want it between your shoulders. And the other block you want as a pillow for your head. Adjust it. Move it around so it feels right. The biggest thing I see is sometimes people want to keep their bottoms up. Bottoms up. Nope. Bring your bottom down. You want your bottom resting on your mat. If that's hard to do, maybe you've got the block too low. Scoot the block up so it's between your shoulders. It takes some adjusting. The other block is a pillow for your head, so your neck is free. Arms down by your sides. Legs can be in a variety of ways. If your low back is tight, you can bend your knees and have the soles of your feet on your mat. You could open up your knees to the side of the room and bring the soles of your feet to touch. This feels good for a lot of people. Breathe. Or legs along on your mat, whatever kind of space you want between them. Let your pinky toes fall to the edges of your mat and breathe. Cover your eyes and be at peace. The more you move, the more you can move. The more you move, the more flexible you become. The more flexible you become, the more resilient you become. And I would hazard to say, if you become stronger and more flexible and more mobile and stronger and more resilient, you have a better life. The quality of your life is better when you can move comfortably and freely with that full range of motion. Your yoga helps you do that. Breathe in, breathe out. Stay here longer if you like. You know, maybe you've got the remote control nearby, just hit the pause button. Stay here, feel good, surrender your body to the ground, and be at peace. If it is time for you to conclude your practice, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms overhead, reach, stretch, find length here. Whew, what a treat if you're on this block. Circle your ankles, circle your wrists, move your fingers, move your toes. If you're on the blocks, roll off of them. Bring your elbows on down, bend your knees, and roll into a fetal position. You're just going to roll off the blocks if you took that variation today. Use your low arms bicep as a pillow for your head. Close your eyes and breathe. Deep breath in and deep breath out. As you're ready, let's slowly press on up to a comfortable seated position. Crisscross your legs or sit however is comfortable for you. Hands to prayer center for a moment of gratitude. Being proud of yourself for focusing, for giving the time that you need to focus on you. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Blink your eyes open. You did it. You did it. We did it. Some days it's harder than others, isn't it? But that's okay. I mean, that's the way it is. If it weren't a challenge, it wouldn't be worth doing. All right, so you took a stress number in the beginning. What was it and what is it now? I hope you feel a lot better. I think you do. I think you do. So come back tomorrow for a different kind of practice. Every day it's different. Every day we're live, 1 hour long. But, you know, if you want to take it for just 10 minutes, that's fine too. Tell your friends about us. Enjoy your practice and get stronger each and every day. Until next time, be strong, be healthy, and be happy too. See you on your mats tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hey, you're a good girl. Good girl. Bye. Good girl. What's up? You want to go for a gaze inward. Focus on what you can do. Be more curious about your progress than you are judgmental about your progress. We don't need to be judgmental. Just be curious. What works for you? What doesn't work for you? What do you want to improve? What are you ready to throw away? But make it work for you. And as you make it work for you, tell your friends you're making it work for you. Have them join our yoga too. You know the yoga is free for anybody and everybody can do it because you modify it to make it work for you. They'll make it work for them. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit the website that we've created. It's www.316yoga.com. See you on your mats tomorrow. Be curious and not judgmental. Have a great day. See you on your mats.